Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly and man. I don't know how many of you guys watched that TCU North Carolina game. Oh man, it was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath. And it was awesome, man. Seeing all the stars come out uh, Monday Night Football to go watch Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time, go out there with Michael Jordan in the house, Lawrence Taylor, Roy Williams, Randy Moss. The list goes on and on. Just star after star after star. And for them just to just get worked. TCU could have put up 50 if they wanted to, man. It was a bloodbath. Bill Belichick didn't know what he was doing. But the reason I'm making this video is because last year, we almost that close having Bill Belichick be our defensive coordinator. We remember Larry Krueger. Larry Krueger was pushing it, man. He was pushing it. He was like Taylor Swift, baby. And I'll say this, just to pump the brakes. I would have rather had Bill Belichick than Nick Sorensen. That's a no-brainer, man. I remember when we picked up Nick Sorensen, I made a video talking about him and Brandon Staley, like Dumb and Dumber, man. These guys didn't know what. I knew that they was going to suck, and they did suck. They were horrible. But as far as Bill Belichick goes, the reason I didn't want him, because he was going to sign like a 5-year deal or whatnot. He was going to get all guarantees, whatever. Kyle Shanahan admitted it. Yeah, he offered him the defensive coordinator job. Whatever job he wanted, it was his. And he said no. So, I mean, we would have had Bill Belichick for like 4 or 5 years. And if you're asking me right now, I would rather have as our defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick or Robert Saleh, I'm going with Robert Saleh, man. I'm going with the young guy, the guy whose brain's always thinking of all these exotic plays, all these defensive plays. And I know people are going to complain, oh, dude, Bill Belichick's got all these Super Bowls. Bro, listen, if it weren't for Tom Brady, I'll put the numbers up right here. If it weren't for Tom Brady, we wouldn't even know who the hell Bill Belichick was. I'm sorry. I said it. Look at him. He's a below 500 coach without Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady leaves to Tampa. Brady wins another Super Bowl. Belichick doesn't win another playoff game. You know, most of all seasons have been below 500. If Drew Bledsoe doesn't get hurt, we wouldn't know who the hell Bill Belichick was. I know he was with Bill Parcells back in the day, but when he got his chance, when he had his opportunity with the Browns, he sucked as a coach, average ass coach. When Brady leaves, way below average coach again. And then look with North Carolina, man. Unless he finds another Tom Brady out there at NC, he's just gonna be what he was, you know. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, you know, you could say the same thing with freaking Bill Walsh. It's like, bro, Bill Walsh won with freaking Bono as our quarterback, you know? Who remembers Bono, man? He won games. He won with Steve Bono as our quarterback, you know? So he always won games, you know? And he's the one that freaking scouted and found Steve Young. He's the one that brought his ass in here and helped the Niners win another Super Bowl in '94. I know he wasn't the coach, but he knew what he was doing, you know? Bill Belichick, he created that mess those last years in the Patriots. He had full control. And they sucked, man, you know? So to me, I say we did dodge a bullet not getting Bill Belichick this year, because he's an older dude too. You saw what he was going on yesterday. That defense was freaking vanilla, soft as tissue. And he was just looking like, damn, what am I going to do? And imagine this too. I'm going to go there. I don't care. Imagine if he was with the Niners, our defensive coach. It would have been like yesterday, where his 21-year-old girlfriend was on the field, literally talking to him. Oh man, what a train wreck. What a train wreck that was yesterday. Absolute train wreck. I just seen that. I was imagining it too. I was like, damn, imagine his girlfriend right there at Levi Stadium, you know, talking to Bill Belichick during the game. It was like, oh man. Whew. That would have been something, man. That would have been something, dude. Who knows, man? Maybe maybe January would have hit on her too. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. But yeah, to me, I think right now we're in the perfect position as far as DC goes, and where we are. Obviously, did we suffer last year? Psh, absolutely, man. That was, again, stupid hire. I would have rather kept Steve Wilkes than gone with Nick Sorensen. Obviously, you would have got Belichick over Nick Sorensen too, but it is what it is. But right now, we're in a great position. Having a coach, a defensive-minded coach, that not only did it with the 49ers in Robert Saleh, he did it with the Jets. You know, Robert Saleh, he won with he had great defenses with the Jets. He got fired because his offense sucked. His defenses, every year he was there, top 10. You know, he gets fired, he leaves, he lets freaking bird brain freaking Jeff Ulbrich take over, and their defense just falls apart. You know, and that's another name. That's another name that Niner fans were screaming, we need to go get Jeff Ulbrich. Oh, really? Really? Jeff Ulbrich? Jeff Ulbrich, man, I'm sorry, dude. I grew up during the Jeff Ulbrich days. I'm not here to bash him as a player, but this dude didn't have common sense when he was a player. Who remembers that tape that came out where the Niners got fined $500,000 because they made like a tape how the players should act in front of the PR, and that got leaked, and it was Jeff Ulbrich doing some pretty crazy stuff in that video. It's like, dude, he was like the main guy they talked about. Like, dude, numbnuts, don't be making videos like that. What's wrong with you? And you want him to be defensive coordinator? Not only that, his son's the one that freaking caught Deion's son, and he's the one that prank called him saying that he's gonna be drafted by someone. So we know that Jeff probably gave him his son the number. Hey, do this, bro. So that right there would have been another train wreck. Getting Jeff Ulbrich, who's, you know, let's be real, Jeff, he's one of the boys, but he's not someone you want leading men out there, dude. It's just that shouldn't happen. That should not happen at all. But going back, that's hilarious, dude. Going back to Bill Belichick, man. Again, is he a great coach? Yeah, you say he's a great coach because what happened with Brady. But again, Tom Brady made Bill Belichick, you know. Bill Belichick, he's older now. He can't adapt to the game the way he probably did with the Giants, you know. He doesn't have a quarterback on there that takes up most of the time, so the defense is hardly on the field. He doesn't have that no more with North Carolina, with the Patriots when Brady left. So to me, yeah, we gave him the job, and he said no. But you know what? It was a blessing in disguise, man. It was a blessing in disguise. That's my thoughts, man. I know people are getting pissed off. How dare you say that to the best coach of all time? But really, men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't lie. All right, man. I'm out of here. Big week this week against the Seahawks. Robert Saleh, I'm expecting big things from you this week, and I know he's going to bring it. I know he's going to bring it, unlike last year with that freaking DC, man. All right, man. I'm out. Peace.